All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Arachakodash, that belongs to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach, guide, and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you. Hopeful elect, Shalom unto you. Your brush Shaquat. With a really quick video, I want to follow up on a part of the movie, The Running Man, okay, that I had watched the other day. I had seen it a while back, but I hadn't truly sat back and watched it with the eye salve, basically with the understanding of the scriptures. All right. And so as I went into that opening scene, I want to also touch on a certain scene in the movie, and then, you know, how it made sense. Watch. All right, which is this here. Okay. I'm going to play the clip, and I played it in the other video that I did about the running man earlier. And I'm going to try to play an even smaller clip. I don't know if they'll knock it down or whatever will happen. You know how YouTube censors it all. Lord willing, they don't. But, yeah, and then I'll play some of the other things like Prince speaking about it and how this ties in. So let me play the video. Okay, so here we go. Let's see.
This clown runs when we're done with it. Starting barium my V.
Starting barium my V.
That's a go.
Okay. See how far this clown can run if we get a hold of him, or however he said it. Right? So if he's who the people that are super athletic, okay, that their enemy would need to level the playing field. Okay, made me think about that scene in Gladiator at the end where Commodus was fighting Maximus, and right before he went heads with him, he went and stuck him in the fifth rib or whatever. All right, so he couldn't fight at 100%. Okay, well, this is kind of what it was, man. Not only were these curses from Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, on us, he did other psychological warfare, chemical warfare with this barium, putting it all around us, fluoride, all these things, man. This is particular about barium, because when you know this movie, The Running Man, Schwarzenegger was Ben Richards, the soldier, whatever, and they were watching him run. He was fast, he was strong, he was big, he was mean, he was moral, like he had all these things, and it's Jacob. When you slow down and think about it, you know, because all these scriptures, all these scripts, I should say, come from the scriptures. All right. So, okay, and it's part of the prophecy and the fulfillment of these curses upon Jacob. All right, so I'll go to Deuteronomy 28. I'll start at 20 reading. She hit the curve, man. Should not be behind the wheel. Wow. Anyway, it says, the Lord Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. And who's that that passes away? Yeah, who's that passes away early? That's Jake. Okay, Jake, name another nation of people that their mortality rate is dropping lower and lower. You watched our people start down around 50. Why? Because they're terrible diet, breaking the statute laws and commandments, the dietary laws, as well as some of these other laws. But these curses are upon us, right? 21, it says, the Lord Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess in the land of Israel, right? So people before us a place also, it says 22, the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with the blasting, and with the mildew, and with the pursue, and shall pursue thee until thou perish. Right? Let me see. Where is that other verse I want? 28, the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And so that has Jake seeking pharmaceuticals, man, or some type of an out. Alcohol, malt liquor, whatever can get Jake over, right? There's another one. Yep, 35. There it is. And the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with the sore botch that cannot be healed, and from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Okay? And this is what happens to our people, man. Our people got aches and pains and ailments and whatever else going on. And we can't be. And then you realize that, hey, this devil has something to do with that, man. Esau has something to do with that. All right? And I'll show you some of the scriptures. But I'll show this. Okay, so I looked up barium, right? It's a chemical element, right? Okay, it doesn't explain a lot, but you can kind of read that. But coming down here, effects on body, right? Vomiting, abdominal cramps, diarrhea, difficulties in breathing, increased or decreased blood pressure, numbness around the face, and muscle weakness. So he was trying to bring him down and not knock his strength out, right? So he gave that to him on purpose. All right? So he wouldn't be able to move around. Well, he has done that unto us as well. Okay? It says barium liquid does not do any harm and passes through your digestive system so it don't absorb. Sounds good, because the amount they give you for an x-ray scan, but when you're sitting there breathing it and ingesting it over and over and over, that's different, right? And plus, it's not just that. Let's see. Okay, I'll put barium aluminum, right? It generates aluminum madness. Tend the bones may give fragility, fragile bones. And I wasn't trying to click on it, but let's click real quick. See what we get. If they even bring us to the part where that see, it's under research. Question. Okay, and you can go even deeper into it. Let's see. Why are there not more scientists researching this? We can see it clearly exists and it's getting worse. Let's stay up. Aluminum. Okay, the name of the article is "What are the effects?" This is from ResearchGate. What are the effects of geoengineering chemicals, aluminum, barium, cadmium, and strontium, okay, on the body and brain, plus fluoride, right? Aluminum, cadmium, barium, and strontium, whatever, are being applied by forced aerosol spray into the atmosphere above us continuously, right? You only have to look at the sky and see the changes in it to see that it's real. Carnicom.com is scientific research on the crime on humanity. Why are there not more scientists researching this when we can see it clearly exists and is getting worse? What are the long-term effects on human biology? What are the effects on bees and floral and fauna plus our waterways, right? If we are that concerned about the environment and our health, why are we not working to stop it? Right? Let's see what whatever that word is, define that word. Fauna. The animals of a particular region, habitat, or geological period. Okay? Working list in animal life. So basically on the animal life, right? All right, so we go back and, Quora, harmful side effects. We can go back into that. See if we can see a little more. Heavy metal pollution, environmental monitoring, geoengineering. Heavy metal is some of the hits on it, right? The hashtags or whatever. Important question, but I don't want to know why they're doing it. I want to know what's in it. But here's some of the links here from Tennessee State University. Okay, Embry. All right, there. Somebody answering the question about fluoride. Look, this is all chemtrails, chemical aerosols. Okay, and this is what we have to be able to do. We have to be able to go into this and actually go through it, digest it, and find out. Like that fauna or whatever, I don't know how you pronounce it. Should have looked, but when you look it up, it showed exactly what the definition was. So we have to be able to go into this for you brothers that are now coming in, and to really get the understanding and to actually break it down and correlate things properly. You have to be able to go into it, and it's a labor. All right. Anyway, it says fluoridation, mass fluoridation. Let's go to. In my opinion, it is not just about the nanotechnology enclosed in the chemtrails, but it's the synergistic effects on the chemical substances, plus the myriad of other chemical substances and electromagnetic radiation that we are exposed to. I agree that more researchers should explore this issue, and I would work to expose the ongoing assault against all life on planet Earth. Workshop, blah blah blah. Those criminals. Okay, we should work to stop those criminal acts, both on a level a local level and globally. In addition, we should explore ways to remediate the harmful effects that have already been done. Sounds good. Too bad you got the devil in power, man. You act like these people don't have the money or resources to heal the world. They choose not to. Okay, it's like asking somebody that borrowed a rent-a-car, that wasn't in their name, as I like to say, and you expect them to put oil and gas and more windshield wiper fluid, just wash the car. They ain't doing none of that shit, man. They gonna run that shit, scrape the curb. They gonna do all kind of things to it. Okay, they gonna treat it right. That's E with control of the earth. Okay, he knows it ain't his. That's why he's fighting on his birthright. Okay, because he's too busy trying to keep the birthright rather than keep up the place of the birthright where it takes place, where he has to live, dummy. But hey, this is what the lesson, part of the lesson. The Heavenly Father wants us to see that it's not wise and it's not what's the word? It's a phrase. Well, basically, so it's a survival. It should be a survival thing. Man, I can't think of it. I know it, but basically, he's not thinking about even himself. Okay, he's going a way that ain't even beneficial to himself. All right, so let's go back. Okay, look at this stuff. This is what did it say about barium? High level inhalation or oral exposure to barium or soluble barium compounds may result in gastrointestinal effects, gastric pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, followed by hypokalemia, the reduction of blood potassium levels, right? That can result in ventricular tachycardia. That's heart problems when you're in your valves, I believe. Hypertension and or hypertension, and hypotension, and muscle weakness. Okay, because Jake is stronger than E, man. We're natural athletes. Okay, we're physically stronger. Thus saith the Bible. Let me grab it. All right, Genesis 25 verse 23. I'll read it in NLT. Why not? Let's see what it says. If not, the KJ is right there. The KJV is right there. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh told her, the sons in your womb will become two nations. From the very beginning, the two nations will be rivals. One nation will be stronger than the other, and the older son will serve the younger son." We're clearly the younger and stronger of the two. Okay? Now, in this position, we don't know, but there's all kind of clues. Big Brother's watching, and all these dystopian and totalitarian movies, it's always that Big Brother's watching in 1984 and that type of surveillance and so on and so forth that you see, whether it be Smiths from the Matrix or I can't, Dr. Cocteau with Judge Dredd, Demolition Man. Okay, there's always these situations, and who in that movie was Edgar Friendly was the good guy. Okay, but just saying, it says and when the time came to give birth, Rebekah discovered that she did indeed have twins. The first one was very red at birth and covered with thick hair like a fur coat, so they called him Esau, and it was about the redness or lack of pigment in his skin, which was wasted away as he. And they say it doesn't mean hair, means wasted away as he. Aisha. Let's see if they got it in what they got in here in the blue letter, just to Aisha. Let's see, handling Harry. It's not Harry. Okay. Hungry. Okay, that's going into that. See if there's another definition somewhere. Harry. Nope. See all of this. Bear with me a second while I'm looking. Rough Harry. Okay, in the 27th chapter, it did say he put on that coat like Esau's coat, which was hairy, animal goat skins or whatever it was. Yeah, we know the blue letter goes off at times, but yeah, but you getting the point. We should all know who we're talking about. Red and hairy, that's E, so-called white man. Okay, so let's keep going back. Okay. Then the other twin was born with his hand grasping Esau's heel, so they named him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when the twins were born. Now, and then you see the next heading, Esau sells his birthright, and that goes into that. We should all know this story. We should all be able to go into it. Okay. Skillful hunter, a hairy red man that likes to hunt. Come on, man. Who's the outdoorsman? Who do you see when you go to Bass Pro Shop? Okay, who's the main person in there? Okay, it's not Issachar or the so-called Mexicans. It's not the so-called Arabs. You know, it's not the so-called Negroes, man. Okay, it's the so-called white man. Not to say that the other people aren't in there, but that's who the majority of the people are that are in there, right? It says Isaac loved Jacob because he enjoyed eating the wild game Esau brought home, but Rebekah loved Jacob because she heard the prophecy. Okay? The elders shall serve the younger. Okay, there should be two nations. They're going to be rivals, right? So you jump from there to Genesis 27. This is after Jacob had Yaquab or supplanted Esau for the blessing. He just already in Genesis 25, read it. But then also Genesis 27, when he actually Yaquab Isaac, okay, by putting on Eve's clothes and fixing the meal that Isaac wanted, right? And this is so Isaac blessed him, but this is going to talk about it right here, how Eve feels about you. Okay, Genesis 27:35. But Isaac said, "Your brother was here, and he tricked me. He had taken away your blessing." Esau exclaimed, "No wonder his name is Jacob, for he has now cheated me twice. First he took my rights as the firstborn, and now he has stolen my blessing." Those two separate things that they seem to be, they were actually tied into the same thing. The firstborn got the blessing, okay, the inheritance, all right, which the blessing was from Isaac, which we should know who Isaac was, okay, in previous incarnations, okay, that gave him that blessing to rule the world, as it's going to get to in his moments, forever or in their own. That's why I said in dominions, all by him were given. Okay, but anyway, it says that Isaac said unto Esau, "I have made Jacob your master and have declared that all his brothers will be his servants. I have guaranteed him an abundance of grain and wine. What is left for me to give you, my son?" Right? Esau pleaded, "But do you have only one blessing? Oh, my father, bless me too." Then Esau broke down and wept, right? Finally, his father Isaac said to him, "You will live away from the richness of the earth and away from the dew of the heaven above. You will live by your sword and you will serve your brother, but when you decide to break free, you will shake his yoke from your neck." All right, so he gave him dominion on earth, gave him the resources while he had the dominion, you know, and he would break free from the physical yoke, or from the yoke that Jacob would have over him. All right, 41, this is huge. It says, from that time on, Esau hated Jacob because their father had given Jacob the blessing. Isn't that what Cain and Abel went through? Right? If thou canst tell. It says, and Esau began to scheme. I will soon be mourning my father's death. Then will I kill my brother Jacob. And even in this movie, that's that's pretty much the plot of the movie. Okay? Richard Dawson's Esau plotting against, or the government, so on and so forth, plotting against the resistance or the elect. I mean, you can just see it. The Israelites, you can just see it. Okay? It's that every good versus evil goes Jacob and Esau, man, all day in these movies. All right? And this, like, pretty much plays into it. Okay? And it even, in Isaiah, I'm not going to get it, but it said, thou that weakest the nations. Okay? Because Esau has weakened the nations, made all the nations bow down to him, fulfilling this blessing that Isaac blessed him with. Okay? While he had the dominion, of course, right? Okay, I'm going to get Proverbs 4, which I did grab in the other video. Okay? Proverbs 4, verse 16. Yeah, don't be like evil. Avoid evil people, right? Anyway, it says, for evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deeds for the day. They can't rest until they cause someone to stumble. All right, you go into that. Go into the interlinear. I'm going to go into the word stumble. Right? Kashal. Right? Stumble, stagger, stumble. To be feeble. And that's what that barium does. Bring to injury, to ruin, overthrow. Okay? Make weak, make feeble. Okay? And that's what that barium did. Look. A primitive root, to totter or waver, through weakness in the legs, especially the ankle. So your stability points, they get weak, and you can't move. Okay? By implication, to falter, stumble, faint, or fall, bereave, right? All these things has E done unto us. And that's barium in these chemtrails, okay, is what kind of caused it. So let me go a little more into this chemtrail. All right, we showed you this, right? Or what are chemtrails made of? Okay, believers in chemtrails, and they got the image below, right? Say those trails are actually clouds of chemicals used by the government for nefarious purposes. We should all know what the word nefarious means. Okay, nefarious, flagrantly wicked or impious, evil. Okay, to be quick about it. All right, but as Carl Sagan says, extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. If you've ever heard of chemtrails, don't fret, because before spending time in Southern California, I hadn't heard of them either. But whether it's being in the land of obsession with healthy living, or perhaps just being near a few major airports, I now hear about chemtrails quite frequently in SoCal. So what are chemtrails? Should we be worried about their effects on our health? Okay, that explains what they are. Chemtrails, short for chemical trails, are what some call the white trails you see left behind as a plane passes overhead. Believers in the chemical aspect of chemtrails say that those trails are actually clouds of chemicals used by the government or some other large-scale entity, right, for a variety of nefarious purposes, from weather modification to human population control via sterilization to even mind control, right? This is written by the scientificamerican.com, right? It says, those theories usually claim that normal jet plane output could dissipate quickly, so any clouds that do not disappear immediately must be full of additional undisclosed substances. Chemical, chemtrail theories are not only in U.S. based phenomena. Almost 17% of respondents in the international survey noted a belief in the existence of a large-scale atmospheric program to be at least partly true. To address the concern of 77 scientists, let's see if I can skip down to some better info. You can read this. You can even pause and try to check it out. I won't go too fast, but I'm looking for the compounds if they have it. Oh, there we go. No claims were made that the reason for those. Oh, let's back up. Yeah, they got numbers there, but let's do this. As for that one scientist noted that in one remote location, the levels of barium in the atmosphere were unusually high relative to the levels of barium in the soil. No claims were made that the reason for those elevated levels had to be a large-scale chemical operation, but since that scientist was not convinced of a clear reason for the barium to be higher in the atmosphere there, they left the possibility open. Okay? All right? And so I got a little follow-up. Here's the shorter version.
He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay? And you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. He said something that really hit home.
So it's showing you some of the effects. Everybody's irritable because look at the stomach problems, man. Bad food, all probably headaches and everything that come with those issues. Okay? So it was just something that I picked up in the movie, right? At this scene here, where they were just injecting Schwarzenegger, the Running Man in this movie, because he was so physically built and strong and fast and so on and so forth, that they hit him with this so he wouldn't be, too amazing to put him down to the average level. All right? So I got one more precept and I'll close. Okay, so let's start up. Ezekiel 35, verse 2, and I'm just... and I'll jump down to 5. It says, Son of man, turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy against its people, the Edomites. That's who inhabited Mount Seir. Okay, jumping down. So this is who that's to. Verse 35. Ezekiel 35, verse 5. It says, Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless, when I had already punished them for all their sins, right? As surely as I live, the sovereign Lord Yahweh, right? Since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. I will make Mount Seir utterly desolate, killing off all who try to escape and any who return. And it goes on and on what the Heavenly Father is going to do. All right? Because if you look at the system, man, everybody that's complaining about the system that's going on, it's at the helm of the system. Okay? It's him running this thing into the ground. Got all this poison. You ask all these questions. Why? He's the devil, man. What would the devil do? The devil has come down with short wrath because he knows he have come down with great wrath because he knows he had but a short time. Okay? We're pursuing the Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 12th verse. Just to throw that out there for you, this is why he has to really even ramp it up more and more. But he's been doing this for years. This video of Prince was from 2004. The movie was from 1987. All right? And they knew what it did. Right? Obadiah 1, verse 10. Reasons for Edom's punishment. because of the violence you did to your close relatives in Israel, because we're brothers, right? He's the evil twin brother, right? Esau is. It says, you will be filled with shame and destroyed forever. Okay? That's generally what it's talking about. And he's going to come down again with an enemy like a flood, okay, upon our people. He's that red horse that's going to get busy, man, in these last days, man. He's coming. So all these things he's done to level the playing field, the curses and the bad food and the chemicals in the food and the destroying the food and the barium chemtrails in the air and just fluoride in your toothpaste and in your water and all this stuff, the heavenly calcifying your pineal gland, all these things, the Heavenly Father's got something for all of that. Okay, so like I said, I was watching the movie and it was just, we see with the eye salve now. So we see these things and we call them out. And I thought it would be edifying. Good watch if you instead of mucking around doing something else, throw the Running Man on. It's right now. It's on YouTube. Okay, and there's other movies as well. But check out a spiritual movie every once in a while. Okay, this one's a good one, The Running Man. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bashim Rachachudash. They belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. Greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect. And it was the elders that in Connecticut, it was those elders that I first heard about barium oxide, aluminum, and so on and so forth, in the chemtrails, man. Okay, so they probably have on their pages very edifying on the topics. I know they had them in some of the older pages that came out, but I hadn't seen one in a while. So Lord willing, is edifying, giving all praise and glory to the Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. Until the next one. Shalom.